Yoga is not a substitute for medical attention or treatment. Don't perform any postures to the extent of pain or strain. Always listen to your body and meet yourself with kindness and compassion. Hi, I'm Sina. Welcome to this quick standing yoga practice. This is a full head to toe stretch when you don't have 60 or 90 minutes to jump on your mat. And you can just carve out 10 minutes to really just connect to yourself, to take a few deeper breaths, and to unite body and mind. So without further ado, find a spot. This is a great practice to do also if you don't have a lot of space, if you don't have a mat, or if you are in an environment where you don't usually practice yoga and you can only do a few standing moves. So let's go ahead and jump right into it. Once you have found your spot, maybe just wiggle a couple of times back and forth from the heels to the toes so that you can fully engage through the soles of your feet and maybe rest a little bit into the heels, spread your toes, and then plant your feet firmly down. Take a full deep breath in through the nose. Maybe pull your shoulders up to the ears, and then as you exhale, roll the shoulders back and down and firmly root your feet, ground yourself down into the floor. Let's begin with a few neck salutations. So what I want you to do is look over to your right side and then inhale back to center. As you exhale, look over to your left side. And then as you inhale, look back to center. With an exhale, drop your chin to the chest. And on an inhale, pick your chin up and look far up and back as much as possible. And then back down with the chin to the chest. Now drop your right ear to the shoulder. And then roll your chin across your collarbone so that your left ear is aligned with your left shoulder. Bring it back to the center. And inhale, pick your head up. We'll do that one more time, off to the other side. Look to the left. Inhale takes you to center. Exhale, look to the right. Inhale back to center. Exhale, chin to the chest. Inhale, pick the chin and the gaze all the way up. And then exhale, chin to chest. Drop your left ear to the left shoulder. Roll your collarbone and chin over to the right side. So right ear aligns with the right shoulder. And then back to the center. Exhale, chin to chest. Inhale, lift your head back up to center. Fantastic. And then open your arms out. Flip your right palm up, keep your left palm facing down, and then kind of like a dance move, switch your hands. So really just working a little bit into the shoulder here, the upper back body. So your feet are always still grounded. Your knees are gently bent. So from the side, you could stand like this. And then keep moving your palms the opposite way. We're also waking up the brain here a little bit as we try to move in opposite directions with the arms. Let's just go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fantastic. Let your arms hang, maybe shake them off a little bit. And then from here, let's go ahead and bring the hands behind your head. You can just hold your hands slightly behind your ears. And then you want to open up your elbows, really draw them back as much as possible. And as you exhale, see if you can round, make a cat back and bring your elbows maybe to tap in front of your face. And then inhale again, open up. And exhale, bring elbows together. Inhale, see if you can open up and spread through the heart and the collarbones. Lift the gaze maybe, and exhale, elbows together. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, lift and open. Pull the elbows back. And exhale, round, chin to chest, elbows maybe tap. And then inhale, come all the way back. Release your hands along your body. Let's go ahead and do something that we call rolling ragdoll pose. So I want you to keep your arms completely soft, the knees slightly bent, feet hip width distance, and then lean to your right side and just allow your arms, your body to follow the gravity that's pulling you down, coming all the way down into a forward fold. And without any force, roll up on the left side. Good. And once you come up, see if you can lean back with your head and maybe look back. And then exhale. Let the arms just follow the movement as you come back down on the right side. Good. Let's come back up on the left side with the inhale. Slight bend in the knees. All 10 toes firmly pushing into the floor. As you lift, lean back. Maybe look back one last time this direction. Rolling forward and down. Maybe you want to close your eyes if that feels good. And then next time you come all the way up to stand, let's reverse. Let's now roll back down through the left side first. Coming through the center at the bottom and then rolling back up. Arms are still just hanging next to the body. Fantastic. And off we go to the left side. Maybe you can connect breath to movement as you inhale, you lift and lean back, look back as you exhale, rotate down on the left side. This time as you come down into your forward fold, stay here. And then take a halfway lift, maybe slide your hands up the fronts of the shins and then look at the back of my spine. So my crown of the head and my tailbone, they line up completely in a straight line. So we want to maybe pull the elbows a little bit back, kind of like a little cricket, and then exhale, round. Now chin comes into the chest, forehead closer towards the knees. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, let's lift and straighten. As we do this movement, we decompress any tension out of the lower back. Exhale to fold. And one more time. Inhale, lift up halfway, lengthen, crown of the head away from the tailbone. And exhale to fold. Beautiful. Stay in your forward fold. Knees can be bent pretty generously here if the hamstrings feel tight today. And then go ahead and interlace your hands behind your lower back. As you interlace your hands, maybe your palms connect and you push your hands up and over ahead to the top in front of you. So from here, you want to bring your palms together as much as possible. And then let's see if we can bend a little bit more into that left knee, straightening the right, dropping the left shoulder down to the floor so that we can peel the right shoulder more up towards the ceiling. Hands are still pushing up over towards the head. And we peel the right shoulder up, getting beautiful stretch in the front of that right shoulder. And then let's switch, come back to center, bend into the right knee as now the left shoulder peels up and the left leg straightens a bit more. The more you can push your palms together, the deeper the sensation. Feel free to adapt to your version here. Let's take one last breath. Maybe the gaze lifts up over the left shoulder as well. And then back into that forward fold. Allow for the hands to release on the lower back. And then let them drop down all the way towards the ground. Let's take another halfway lift here, flat back, hold here. And then from here, round into your upper back and just roll all the way up to standing. Beautiful. Let's go ahead, take the hands to the hips here, and then balance into your left foot. And just take a moment here to stretch the top of the right foot. So press the top of your right foot into the floor, getting a nice stretch into the shin and that right top ankle. And then maybe just keeping the big toe on the floor, we're just going to rotate, creating a little bit of movement into that right ankle joint here. That's it. Fantastic. And then balancing even more into that left leg. Keep a micro bend. Lift the right leg all the way up. Find your balance. And then just make little circles out of your knee joint. So your right thigh stays parallel. You could always hold on to a wall if you have one. And then just draw little circles going clockwise and then anti-clockwise, so your thigh stays as still as possible. Good. And then from here, you want to now take that movement into your hip. So circle your hip 3 times clockwise. See if you can use that whole range of motion. And then going anti-clockwise, finding a big movement into the largest joint of our body. And then from here, let's go ahead now and cross the right ankle on top of the left knee. So you're creating kind of like a figure 4 shape. And then from here, you want to bend into that left knee, maybe release the hands in front of your heart, and come into that standing pigeon fold. Now, if you have any issues with your knees, make sure to keep that right foot flexed to engage the muscles running along your shin, which allow you to do this movement without putting any extra pressure or tension into that right knee. Let's take one last breath here. And then looking down to the floor, you're going to slide that right leg in front of the left. So now your pinky toes connect in front. And then let's see if we can take a forward fold. Maybe you have blocks. If the earth feels super far away, you could bring your hands onto blocks, onto your shins. Or maybe you can allow your hands to come all the way down and your crown of the head to point towards the floor. Notice here, the more you shift your weight towards your toes, the deeper the sensation of that stretch will apply into the back of that left leg, which we've been standing on for quite a while. Let's take one last breath here. And a breath out. Pressing into all the corners of your feet. Slowly roll back up to standing. That's it. Once your head stacks on top of your spine, just unravel your feet. Hands back to the hips, and we're going to start into the left side. So take the top of that left foot down. Just take a breath or two here so that you can get a little bit of a stretch into the top of the foot on this side. And let's take the big toe on the floor, make little movements into that left ankle, go anti-clockwise and clockwise. Good. And then lifting up the knee, keep your thigh as still as possible, and then just draw little circles with your big toe, imagining you're drawing circles on the floor. Change directions. Working into the knee joint here, micro bend in that standing knee, fantastic. And then grow your movements into bigger circles, initiating out of your left hip. Also here, 3 times clockwise direction, and then change it out the other way. That's it. One more time. And then flex into your left foot. Connect the ankle on top of the right knee. Push your left knee out as much as possible. And then begin to squat down into that right knee. Put most of your weight into the right heel. Maybe you can release your hands here. And then thinking of that flexion in the left foot to protect your knee. And maybe we can sit a little bit lower and just take one more breath here. One last breath out. Good, and then sliding that left leg again so that it crosses in front of the right. Pinky toes connect, and then find your forward fold here, allowing for the crown of the head to pull down towards the floor. Again now, playing around with how you position yourself. The more of the weight pulling into the toes, the deeper the sensation that you will notice in the back of that right leg. Let's take a last breath here and a last breath out. Good. Inhale, rolling all the way up again. That's it. And we'll go into a normal standing position again. Let's see if we can open the legs out a little bit wider than hip width distance. Turn your toes slightly to face out in kind of like a 45-degree angle. And then begin to squat down, coming into something we call malasana, yogi squat. So if you know where you're going, you can release your hands Maybe bring the palms together here. See if you can keep pressing the outer edges of your pinky toe sides of your feet down into the floor. And then drop your hips down to the floor as the crown of the head reaches up towards the ceiling. Big, beautiful opening here for your hip joint. Also a beautiful release for the lower back. If this is too much, you could always bring your hands down onto the floor. Maybe you stay a little bit higher. Just explore what feels good. For some, it may feel good to stay in motion, so you could just kind of like come from one side to the other side. Just see what feels good for your body right here. This is your practice, and you can always find any version of a pose that suits you, that works for you. All right, let's take one last breath wherever we are. And then very slowly from here, let's see if we can lift the arms, use the strength of our legs to push up, push, 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 push. Fantastic. And then wiggle your feet back in towards hip width. Take your right hand onto your belly, your left hand onto your heart, and take a moment here to just close your eyes down. Connect into your breath. Maybe you can feel the ebb and flow of your breath going through your hands. And then checking into the quality of your breath. How is your breath right now? Is it fast? Is it shallow? Is it deep? Is it slow? Is it choppy maybe even? And then also taking a moment here, asking yourself the question, how am I doing right now? How am I feeling? And whatever comes up, try to allow for that feeling to be there. Give it the permission that it needs, without judgment, without attaching any label to it. Good. And then from here, blink your eyes back open. Take your arms across and over to the sides. Lift them all the way up. Maybe look up as your palms connect overhead. And then exhale, draw your hands together at the heart. Thank you so much for joining me for this quick standing practice. I wish you well. I hope you have a fantastic day. And then I look forward to seeing you here back very soon. Take care. Bye.